Hello, and welcome to another edition of Moments with Mindleaps. Today I have the pleasure of visiting you. I'm from North Macedonia. I'm here in Skopje, and I have the chance to interview one of our very, very famous inside Mindleaps, Rwandan Ugandan choreographer is named Ssali Joseph Eugene, and he's joining us from Rwanda. So we want you to be very patient with us as we deal with two very different internet connections and a couple of different us. And we're about to connect with Ssali himself. And Ssali is connecting from our center in Kigali, Rwanda. There he is. Muraho neza. I feel like we should do the whole thing in Kinyarwanda.
Oh, Rebecca.
Umeze neza.
Umeze neza, umeze ute?
Umeze neza, murakoze.
Yes, guys.
To all of our guests, for those of you who don't know, my name is Rebecca Davis. I'm the founder and executive director of Mindleaps. And my favorite part of my job these days is these Friday interviews on Moments with Mindleaps, when I get the chance to interview artists and creatives and researchers from all around the world, many of whom have connected to Mindleaps. But today is particularly special because it's our first chance to interview somebody from our Rwanda team, which is the core team at Mindleaps. And I get to also interview one of my friends who's known me for 10 years?
Oh, yeah. I think more than 10.
Oh, no. I was hoping it was only 10. So here we are today with Ssali. Ssali, thank you so much for joining us. Ssali's had a very long career with us at Mindleaps, working up as a dancer to a dance trainer to a senior dance trainer to one of our #1 specialists that we send to different countries to help us train trainers, and now also one of our top choreographers. And he's most recently created an original piece that will be performed at Ubumuntu Arts Festival tomorrow. So lots to talk to you about, Ssali.
Oh, yeah.
Ssali, one of the things that's bonded us, I think, even from the very first days when I was wandering around Rwanda lost and had no idea what UTC or Nyabugogo was, I connected with you because we both love dance and we've both found a way that dance has guided our crazy journeys in life. Tell us a little bit about, or share with us as much as you're willing to, about how dance has impacted your life and how you've seen it really direct your whole career and also your outlook and how you talk about the world.
Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. And I'm really glad for this moment. I can tell you, I mean, how excited I was actually when I saw the post. I was like, yay! And yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to put it out, like how dance is really important. First of all, it has shaped my life ever since, like, when I started dancing back in 2003, and it brought so many things that I needed actually, but mostly guidance actually. And leave alone guidance, but when it comes to family, that's the most important thing that I have in my life is, I mean, that I really, 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 I mean, take as a precious thing. It's family, and dance has given me that. I mean, I can't tell you how big the family I have right now, and how big it is because of dance. Like from the US, like go down to Guinea, you go Kenya, like Orichinga right now, like all these people right now, not because of anything else, but it's because of dance. I mean, I can't really.
Well, I have to tell you, the first thing that happened when I came back to North Macedonia last week is everyone said, "Ssali, we need Ssali. Why are you leaving, Rebecca? You were supposed to bring Ssali."
Oh, wow.
So it's just a testament to your true connection that you have around the world through dance. And part of that family, Ssali, is right here in North Macedonia for you, just so you know. They're all waiting for you.
I can't wait to see them one day. Yeah.
Very soon, I think, very soon.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, before you escape to North Macedonia to continue your training and your choreographic journey, I think one thing that's been really remarkable for me to see with Ssali is like a huge raw talent that you have for choreography. And one thing that I think sometimes happens in my country, in the United States, is that people have ideas and they dance them and they choreograph them, but they kind of look very similar in the end. And I remember the first time that I saw your choreography, I think it was like 2000, I think it was 2010. And what I remember from that is that I saw movement and I saw an expression that I just never seen anywhere else in the world. And that's such a unique talent that you have. It's like raw talent for choreography. I wonder if you can share with us one of the memorable experiences you've had as a choreographer, as a dance trainer, that really kind of stands out over all of these countries and all of these different groups that you've worked with.
Oh, I think I don't know if I can call it like the most recent one, but well, it's not really the most recent one. It's the it's back in 2017 when I choreographed with Caitlin for Ubumuntu. That is, it's still the highlight, and like I look back to it every time, and it makes me so proud. And yeah, I'm glad, for the chance that Mindleaps actually gave me to, like, be able to express, my talent and, work with someone like Caitlin. That was really, really, really great.
We had the chance to interview Caitlin on Moments with Mindleaps a few months ago now. And Caitlin said, dance is something that really allows us to connect to the entire world, which is the same thing that you're telling us right now, is dance is giving you like an international family. And I think that's one of the two things that have really bonded so many different people. And as you say, like really came out in that work that you did with Caitlin, how a totally kind of different background in the arts, totally different people could come together, create one piece, one moment that's shared by so many. And now that leads us into this year's Ubumuntu Arts Festival.
Oh.
And my niece is especially excited. Between you and me, Ssali, we're going to be like jumping out of Instagram with too much energy. We're especially excited because this is the first time that Ssali by himself has choreographed on our youth, on the Mindleaps youth, and presented an entire piece that will premiere for the first time on live stream tomorrow on Ubumuntu Arts Festival. And what's particularly exciting about this moment for me right now, Ssali, is that I know very little about this. I just know that it's incredible that you created this whole choreography during COVID. Tell us, what did you do? How did this even happen?
It's a long story, but well, but it's been hard, like really hard, with all the restrictions, and not having kids here at the center. And then when you told me that, there's a chance, like we can present at home, and I was like, yeah. But then I was like, oh wait, COVID. I was like, how are we going to do it? And you told me that, do you think it's possible? I just said yes, but I had no idea how it was going to happen. But then one of the things that actually inspired me, it's one of our kids, you won't believe it. It's Jean Dodier. Jean Dodier like kept texting me all the time. And he wanted to come here at the center to rehearse, keep rehearsing. And every time he texted me, I was like, no, it cannot happen. But then he never sat. Like he looked for all ways to keep on practicing. And I think most of you see his videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. He's in the bushes, he's in the middle of the street. He's everywhere. I was like, wow, this kid. He inspired me, and he was like, okay, I think it doesn't really matter where we have to do this from. We just need to connect and find all ways we can to really make this happen. And I started talking to kids. I was like, okay, when they opened, the streets, we were able to move around. I would go to their houses and be like, okay, now something is here. We need to work it out. Okay, are you able to, can you join us? I was like, okay, now I need you to work on something like this. I want you to work on something like this, like that. So I started connecting pieces. and also like considering their stories so that it doesn't be left out. And somehow we got our piece together. It was like 5 minutes, and then it went out to like 6 minutes, and then it was out to like 7 minutes, like that. And then we connected with music, and then like 2 weeks back, they were able to come here. They could come, at the center, like two of them. We rehearsed, and then they ran out, and two would come in, and they ran out like that. So it's been like that. We have really done our best, and the piece really looks great, and the story is amazing. Yeah.
It's so incredible for me to hear how you've worked as a choreographer with like two kids at a time, and then you must feel like you've choreographed the piece like 100 times because you keep rehearsing the same sections in small groups. But we're going to be so excited to see all of this together in a live stream tomorrow. Just a huge congratulations for the monumental effort that it's taken to get this far.
Thank you. Yeah.
One of the things that we're chatting about here with Ssali today is that his family is a very international family. And you should know, Ssali, that Abuba's telling you here that he misses you in Seattle. And one of our new North Macedonia students, Omer, you should know that Ssali's going to come to North Macedonia in the future. So we're reminding you of one of your existing family members, Abuba, and we're adding Omer to your family too, Ssali.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the family.
So just as Ssali's been sharing with us, on tomorrow, which is Saturday, there's going to be a live stream of the Ubumuntu Arts Festival. And Ssali's piece is called Breath of Life. It's one of the very first pieces to go on the stage tomorrow. It's a live stream. And UbuntuArtsFestival.com is where you can connect to it. All of the Mindleaps platforms have a link on it. We'll also post the link here on this video when it goes live. And you just tune in and you watch it and you see Ssali's choreography with some of these former street kids who've really had some of the most challenging situations ever in their lives and have come together through dance and through their stories to share this piece. So we will all be tuning in and watching Ssali. We can't wait to see it. And thank you for doing it. Now, beyond just dance and choreographing during the COVID pandemic, tell us, like, on a personal level, Ssali, how have you kept your spirits up? How have you kept going day after day when, especially for dancers, it's been a really difficult time to find a way to see our futures? Well, what tips do you have for how you've been able to do that so successfully during COVID?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Good question. Also, to address, I don't know. One of the things I was privileged, actually, that this whole thing, found me here in Rwanda at Mindleaps, at Mindleaps, like like I could access the studio, which I think to the dance is the most important thing. So I had that chance. But then, like, having a studio when you don't have the other, things that keeps you going, like kids. That's for me, like it has always been, kids that actually motivates me to, keep on dancing. But then they were not here. I think one thing that I realized I could do that, would keep me, connected, like, in this way, I kept talking to, my kids, that I really, really connect with well. And every time we'll talk about something and we'll give ourselves a task and be like, okay, let's dance about something. Okay, like what? COVID. So we'll do something. And then we'll do like short videos. Like every day we'll wake up, with a task to work on. That is what kept me going. Like I always had something, to like look up to, like that I have to work on because I'm going to give it to someone. And I knew that it was going to be a motivation to someone. So yeah, that is one of the ways that, that kept me going.
I think it's really interesting what you say, Ssali. A couple of the other dancers that we've had the chance to speak with on Moments with Mindleaps have said something similar. That this idea that if you can create your own structure, almost like your own schedule, when it seems like all of a sudden your typical schedule, working with kids, 8 hours a day if you happen to be in Urachinga. And our lessons were, if you're 5 minutes late, then your scale goes down. In the absence of that type of life that we're so used to, how do we create our own structure? And as you say, I mean, giving yourself a task or giving a small group of people a task that you bond over is something that I wish you had told me 3 months ago, but I'm glad you're still telling me. And it's a tip that could really, I think, give order and give consistency to lives right now, where it's really, really hard to find that or have somebody else tell you what that is. It's that idea of creating it for yourself. And I'm not surprised whatsoever that you figured it out.
Had to happen.
I just knew that you would be somewhere close to a dance studio.
Oh. Well.
If not, you might have built your own.
My own? I think I can call it my own now.
Am I still invited?
If you can get here, maybe I can give you a few hours, maybe like 1 hour.
Oh no. Okay. Well, Team North Macedonia is watching, so then maybe we'll have to make a flip. North Macedonia, Rwanda.
Well, that would have been
No, so in all honesty, Ssali, one of the things that's so remarkable about you is how you've influenced the lives of youth and children in the time that I've known you, but I know previous to even the chance I got to meet you in my own life, that's been another consistent thing that makes you such an outstanding person. Can you share with us kind of, if you had the chance to say some general things to youth today who are coming out of COVID, who in my country are looking at the Black Lives Matter movement and having lots of questions, what are some of the things you have said to youth in the past, or you would say to youth now, to make them see those long-term goals and keep going and believe that future is possible?
Oh, well, okay. I think everything that maybe that we would be looking out, that would be looking out for out there. I would say self-sufficient. Like, if someone can be able to stand and be like, okay, I can stand and do things without looking out, out somewhere for help. I mean, looking for help is not a bad thing, but I also think that we need to be able to stand and be able to provide to ourselves what we need other people actually can give us. I think that's the most thing. Like, we look for happiness, we look for things which are far from like happiness, other things. I think all those things will come from us. And we all know these people say like happiness doesn't depend on anything, material things or what. It all starts, with you. And that is also going to start if you do something with your life that you really think, makes you happy. Yeah, I would say that we just need to fight to become, self-sufficient. That's it.
I asked you what advice you would give to youth, but I feel like that's the advice that all of us should take, no matter how old we are, is that, it's easy, no matter where you are in your career or what organization you're running or what part of a community you belong to, it really does start with yourself. It really does start with you. And at least getting that mindset allows you to absorb what other people are trying to help you with or guide you in or give to you, if you know that in the end it's going to be you standing for you.
Yeah.
I mean, your whole career at Mindleaps is a testament to that one sentence, Ssali. But we might have that conversation over dinner one time.
Oh, it would take hours, actually.
We have so many of our favorite friends joining. Abuba, we all miss the dance studio in Mindleaps. We are really jealous that Ssali gets the studio every day. You are not alone. Ronnie, I think we, or Ssali and I also miss the dance shed in Urachinga. Amy, who's now known as Turikumwe, we know that you remember the days with Ssali and Ruggiero. So lots of your family joining you tonight, Ssali. Yeah. Okay. So now what we want to do in these last few moments that we have, Ssali, is we want to highlight this wonderful opportunity that we have with Ssali tomorrow online at Ubumuntu Arts Festival. Ssali, Ubumuntu means humanity in Kinyarwanda, or no?
Yes, humanity.
Are you just saying that, or am I actually correct?
No.
Okay, humanity is Ubumuntu in Kinyarwanda. Ssali and I have confirmed it. And this festival really is something incredible. It started in 2015 by Hope Azeda and her beautiful vision of how we can celebrate the lives that continue, the lives that go on even after the 100 days that commemorate the genocide in Rwanda. And now over the years, it's grown into a beautiful festival that really brings artists from around the world to connect and reflect on issues in their own countries. Like for us in Mindleaps, it's Black Lives Matter in America right now, and tie that back to lessons we've learned from Rwanda. So it's a really exciting festival through the visionary Hope, who's also a wonderful artistic consultant and partner to us. And Ssali's premiere piece is debuting tomorrow. Ssali, tell us who are the students who are performing, and tell us what we should look for in the story when we tune into the live stream tomorrow.
Okay, we have 8 kids. We only have 2 girls, but really good girls. And then that is Gisela, Sonia. We have Passy, and then we have Jean de Dieu, of course. And then we have Selemani, and then we also have Samuel.
Ishima?
Not Ishime, Dushimimana. Yeah.
And how
sorry?
many of them have performed in Ubumuntu before, and how many of them, for them, is it their first time?
I think it's only Claude. Oh, I'd forgotten Claude. Yes, Claude, I think it's going to be his first time. But all the other kids have performed like 2 or twice, more than actually twice, I think. Yeah. The other thing, sorry.
What do you want us to take away from watching the piece tomorrow?
I think it's the different stories that are put together in this piece, which are actually attached to their own lives. They are not something I wrote a piece of choreography and put it on the kids, but it's theirs. Like they are telling their own stories. Like it's not going to be a story that I told them about. No. It's something they've experienced, but mostly throughout this hard time we have gone through, them being, told, okay, now you need to go back home. Okay, this something is happening. They think they are going to go back to school like in 2 weeks or 3, and then it goes on like 1 month, like 2, 3, up to now. And I was. When I was doing this piece, I spoke to each one of them, and I was really interested with their stories. I was like, okay, I need to know if they actually understand what they are telling me, and can they put this, in movement? Can they tell a story? And it's amazing how everyone actually, when I went back to see them, everyone had a story, and it's like, this is my story, and you could just look at it and be like, okay, it's exactly what you're telling me. Yeah, so expect that, and yeah, it's going to be really amazing.
Now that you describe it more, I feel like I can't wait until tomorrow. I just want to see the choreography right now.
Wow, yeah, wait for it.
Well, just one more sleep for all of us until we get to see Breath of Life, Ssali's premiere piece tomorrow on UbumuNuArtsFestival.com. But beyond that, Ssali, thank you just so much for spending time with us on this session. I know you've touched so many of our lives so deeply, but we're also really excited to amplify your voice to all of these people who will one day meet you as well. So thank you for all of these words, tips, pliés, and all of these things that we will hold with us as we go forward.
The pleasure is all mine.
Okay, good luck tomorrow, Merit, as we would say if we were Mark and Ashley, and we will be tuning into your performance.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for this wonderful time.
Okay, murakoze cyane. Ndaje.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us. See you next week.